Hello everyone. I wanted to film this video because, long story short, I haven't been feeling great lately. This morning I woke up and thought I was ready to go back to work, and there is kitty litter all over my desk. I found myself calling out, basically, and I felt guilty about it. I was upset about it. And but then I was like, no, I don't want to be upset about this. So how can we turn this day around? How can we make this day turn into a positive, productive one, other than like doing chores and so on and so forth? Decided that I was going to dive back into the designing world. For those of you who don't know, I actually went to college for graphic design, and I enjoy doing it a lot. It's kind of inspired my video editing. I was going to make an effort, a serious effort, into designing and starting something. My professors always told me that the key to being a graphic designer is designing things that you're passionate about, or working with a company that you're passionate about, and designing things that you like to design, that you like to do. That's like the ultimate goal, I feel like, for any job. So right now, as a freelancer slash like getting started, I wanted to design something that I'm interested in. And there's that. And then the flip side of that coin is design something that people need. So that way you are needed, you individually are needed for something, not just like, oh, I am the supplier for this person's, flyers. It's more of a, I prefer to have this person because they're easy to work with, or I like their design style, or like make yourself needed and necessary for other people out there, and that way you will constantly have customers, basically. So going with that, I wanted to design something, obviously, like I said, an instant digital download on Etsy. And so I was thinking of like printables. So I literally typed in printables and was searching for all these different ideas and things. And then I was like, well, I like Disney stuff. I like cartoon illustration type stuff. That's my favorite type of designing of work. And so I looked into Disney printables and kind of scrolled through. And I like the idea of having like a package of different types of things, not just like a bunch of little individual things. So I looked into like planners, because I know a lot of people like to plan things, myself included. And so I looked at planners, different styles of planners, what planners were out there, what were best sellers, highly rated, just to see what people are wanting and needing right now. And there was a lot. I looked into maybe Disney planning, because I was like, oh, maybe I can come up with something. And literally there's plenty of those out there. How am I going to stand out amongst all of these different planners? How on earth can I design something that is not already available to everyone for quite some time now? And I thought about it. I was like, I wonder if there are any Disney planners. And I was kind of thinking, as you can kind of see my medals over here, I was thinking more along the lines of like Run Disney, or just Disney themed fitness planners. And so I looked, and guess what? There were none. There were like stickers. There were Disney stickers, or Disney fitness stickers, or like running or Disney planning stickers, but like there weren't any actual planners that were based off of Disney. Now, part of that, yes, could have been copyright, although I don't really think that's the case, considering what actually is on Etsy, if you've looked. But just in case that was the problem, I decided I'm going to design two different kinds of planners. I'm going to design a fitness planner, like a package planner, printable, that you can print out as many as you'd like for whichever page you'd like, if one or if all. And I'm going to design several different styles, in the style of like Mickey and Minnie, whether it's just the banners, like inspired by, basically, whether like Minnie polka dots or like Mickey Mouse coloring. What I did was I first went on, my favorite thing to do with any project is research and inspiration. That's always been my favorite part of any project, where I go on Pinterest and I just like everything that I think would be really cool as a design. And then what I decided to do is, so that's what I did. I went on Etsy and I went on all the different bestsellers, all the highest rated fitness planners that they had. And I looked to see, why are they the highest rated? What do they have to offer? And so I made a list. Where's my piece of paper? I made a list, and I wrote down all the different characters and like kind of like my goal as to what the planner would be. A race training, fitness planner, kind of run Disney, and I put a bunch of different characters and such. And then I made space, and I was like, okay, so I went through each and every page from about 5 to 6 different fitness planners, and I like scanned and looked at each and every one, and I thought, okay, do I like this? What do I like about this? What information does this have? And how can I take this information and make it my own? So I like wrote down like, I want to have like a fitness page, or I want to have a daily journal page, or like food tracking. And I went over all of those, strictly informational only. And this is not like any sort of design copying or anything. This is just what information, what usage are they using their fitness planners for that I find useful or I find attractive, and like how they have the pages set up, as in like this page has this information on it. I was like 8 pages. 6 to 8 pages I think would be a good fitness planner, because like that's including like the printables that you can repeat print. And then I got to designing. So I took each page one by one, and I was like, okay, this is the information that I have to have on this page. How do I want to line it up? Okay, I want to have the date here, I want to have this here. Oh, sorry, it's like nap time right now and I'm really sleepy. One of the pages on here is a motivational page, which is a little personal, like, you know, you can do it from me. And then, because I wanted to put something that makes it inspirational, that's like I'm gonna try and empower you or inspire you to fulfill your fitness goals or wellness goals or whatever those are, to make it a little special. Get that little Disney magic. And then I did include one page for race training that you can customize to whatever your race is that you're training for, and put in what your plan is and then what you actually end up doing. So after I designed all that, I then went into a little bit of, and I'm not going to show you any of these actual designs because I've already said enough, but like I did some doodling, you can kind of see, with colors. I got out my markers, my Crayola markers that I absolutely love, that we got from the Crayola store, basing it off of very much inspired, like thinking Disney bound. And so I pulled up all the different characters that I was looking for, and so that is so far my goal. That is my process. Right now I've literally like developed all of this in like 2.5 hours, and I had to the point where I had to go have lunch, take a break, and go for a walk. That is one thing I also have to say is any project that you're working on, even if it's something that you're really excited about, like you have to make sure that you put breaks in there, not just for yourself, because your body obviously needs to eat, drink water and all that stuff, but like just for your brain, because that is one thing that another one of my professors taught me is whenever I like would hit a wall and just be staring at a computer screen, like I don't know where to go next, or I don't know what I need to change, or if I need to even change anything, and I'm second guessing myself, he would always come over, tap me on the shoulder, and he goes, let's go get some Starbucks, because we always had a Starbucks not too far from the classrooms, and we would just go for a walk, and he'd literally ask me anything. It had nothing to do with the project. How you doing? You enjoying school? Where are you going on vacation? Just to kind of get my brain juices going without having to think about the project. And I found that really helpful. So that's what I did today, is I went for a 20-minute walk, just kind of listened to some inspirational videos on YouTube about whatever, came back, drank some water, kind of like took like a 20-minute just brain veg nap, and now I'm here gonna jump right back into the project. And my next steps right now is I'm going to actually, let me show you. Right now is my desk setup. This is actually one giant mouse pad. That's my coaster. I got a wireless little mouse, and then I have this wireless keyboard. Right now it's connected to my Mac here, and although I do have Photoshop here for the project, I'm actually going to use my large computer down here. This is what I used in school, my PC. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hook them up here and basically design it like this with it sitting here. I'm going to use probably InDesign just because that's like my basis ruler setup, and I'll use that just to get the layout of everything, mess with fonts here and there, lines, and then when it comes to actually coloring things in, there are some shapes that I want to design personally and kind of put as like watermarks in the background. But mostly the inspiration for the fitness planner is going to be based off colors, because that is the easiest way to get away with copyright issues. Is it's like, well, it's inspired by, it's not actually Minnie Mouse. There's no Minnie Mouse on it. It's just her polka dots. So anyway, I hope that it excites you or inspires you to maybe do something that you've wanted to arts-wise or whatever. Let me know what your thoughts are about this or anything that you would like to see in a Disney-themed fitness planner / wellness planner. And I will see you guys in the next one. I'm gonna go work on this now and I'm really excited about it.